Hey there and welcome back. Today it's time to get back to the Volkswagen Super Beetle project. My fuse block is falling apart, so I have a new one right here. I'll get that one loosened up and we'll see what it takes to switch this over. So the wires connect on this side, and then sticking through the dash you put the fuses on this side. On the inside looks like there are two small Phillips screws to undo, and then we should be able to push this through into the trunk. Let's see if we can push it through there. Okay, it's loose. Now let's go into the trunk. I have the old fuse box off. I disconnected all the wires. Now I just need to hook them up to the new fuse block. The new fuse block that I ordered had all of these pins on the wrong side, so they all had to be pulled out, and it's just a piece of junk. The plastic on this is garbage. The pins are basically broken. I don't think this is going to ever work correctly. So I have the old one. It's all media blasted. It seems to be in better shape than what they're selling new now. So I'm going to put the old one back in. I had to crimp some new terminals on some of these wires, but I think I've got them pretty much back into place. We'll find out if I did it right when we try to use things. And I also put all new fuses here on the inside. A lot of these old fuses were just corroded and gross. I still have my hot wire box connected, so let's disconnect that from the coil and let's turn the key on and see if we actually get power at the coil this time. I'm going to turn the key on, and if the wiring is working, we'll see a voltage here. Looks like the ignition switch is working finally, so I don't need the hot wire box for the ignition. However, this is still connected to the starter. So let's find out if I disconnected the starter wire when I connected that up and see if we can get the starter to work from the key. This yellow wire lets me activate the starter from my hot wire box, and this is the original wire that connected to that, so I'll put this back up there and we'll see if we can now start the engine from the key. Original wire is back in place. Let's try it out. Okay, let's give this a try. Nothing. The starter still isn't working, so I pulled off the wire. It is very dirty in there. I have it cleaned up now. I used my terminal file on that. It was super crunchy inside here, so I'm hoping that this fixes it and I don't have to delve deeper into the wiring. But if this doesn't work, we'll keep following it through the firewall until we do get this to work. Okay, let's try this again. Still nothing. We know that the connection at the starter solenoid should be good now, but it's still not working. So I have a jumper wire connected to the battery right there, and this is the wire that runs to the starter solenoid. So I'm going to directly apply power to it and we'll see if the starter runs. So my lead is connected to the screwdriver, and then if I shove that in there, you can hear the starter does run. So our wiring now is good from here running to the starter. So let's keep following the wiring up and find out where the problem is. Well, I found the other end of that wire. It comes up to here. We can see this is a red and black one. This is also a red and black one. The terminal has rusted, corroded off of that. And so I think this runs to the starter. Let's apply power with the screwdriver again. Okay, that does run the starter. So we know that the wiring is okay up to this point here. I'll put a new terminal on this wire, and hopefully when we connect these two back together, then we can start the engine from the switch. I have my voltmeter connected to this wire, which we are believing is the signal wire from the key. So I'll turn the key on and we'll look for somewhere between 12 and 14 volts here. Okay, switch is on. As you can see, we do have voltage there. So we know that this is the correct setup, and we just have to connect those two wires together. I replaced that whole connector with one that is more modern and reliable. Let's give this a go again. We have the ignition light, and we can start the engine from the key. When I rescued this bug from the barn, it did not have any running boards on it, so here are a couple of brand new running boards. On the driver's side of the car, it was pretty rusty here, and the holes that mount the running board were pulled through. So now there's this plate welded in here with a stud attached to it, and that will let the running boards mount up here again. Both of the running boards are mounted up now. I also have a brand new mirror to replace this broken one. To install the mirror, it just threads into that hole right there. The new mirror is mounted up. This looks great. Almost looks a little too good on this car actually, but maybe once the car is washed, it'll clean up and that'll look a lot better. I have the fuel bottle hooked back up to the carburetor. Let's turn the key and see if the bug will run. It does run off of the bottle. Now we need to see if we can get fuel up to here. The fuel pump has been disconnected this whole time. So either the fuel pump doesn't work, which is likely, or we're out of fuel, which is also likely. The sender wires are completely corroded off, so we will not be able to see if there is any fuel in the tank. Looks like the drain plug for the fuel tank is right there, so that's an option that we could use. Wow, this cap has been on there a long time. Let's blow into the tank from the other side with the cap off so we don't blow the tank up and see if the line is clear. The fuel pump wasn't connected to anything. Both of the hoses that came on and off the fuel pump were disconnected. This is where the fuel line from the tank comes from, so I'm going to blow back up this pipe and we'll see if air comes out of the filler neck. I can hear the air coming out somewhere. Doesn't sound like it's out of the filler neck though. Sounds like it might be underneath the car. So I wonder if we have a broken hose somewhere. When I was blowing air out from the back, the air was coming out of this pipe right here. And next to it is the hose that runs from the fuel tank. So I'm going to blow air up this hose and see if we can get any fuel to come out or have the air come out of the fuel filler. And if it does, we'll connect the hose back up to this pipe here. I have the gas cap off right now, so it's safe to blow up this hose. Yeah, that's totally clogged up. So I think the fuel tank might need to come out. Looks like if I want to remove the fuel tank, it's just 4 bolts around the perimeter of it. Okay, I got 3 out. This one here seems to be rusted the worst. See if I can still get it out of there. Okay, got it. Now, what's the chances that this tank is going to move at all? It moved a lot easier than I expected it would. This filler neck hose needs to come off because it is holding the tank, and I'm just going to cut it because it's old and it needs to come off anyways. There we go. Well, I can hear the fuel in it. And there it goes all over the floor. So apparently there was quite a bit of fuel in here because it started to come out of the filler neck already. There we go. The good news is underneath this fuel tank, the only thing it was hiding was our steering shaft. So if we don't have to work on that, we don't have to pull the fuel tank out again for any other problems. Since my fuel tank is bad and I need to get a new one, I'm going to put my fuel bottle in here for now. The hose is going down through the floor where the feed from the fuel tank was. I now have the hose coming down from my fuel bottle down here to a valve that I can turn the fuel on and off with, and then up there to run to the back of the car, where it will run into the fuel pump and we'll be able to see if the fuel pump is working. Well, I cranked it over and nothing came out of the hose from the fuel pump. I also tried sucking fuel through the fuel pump with a vacuum and nothing is coming out of here, so the fuel pump must be all gummed up and needs replaced as well. That probably means there's not a whole lot more that I can do before I get parts. So if you want to see more videos like this, comment below and click subscribe.